Hello, this is Kathi Lee. Welcome to my channel, Crafting with Kathi Lee. This is my first video with Scrapbooking with Me design team using the Mass Make March theme. So I will start by just flipping through some of the pages. Oh, a lot of the pages. I don't think I even printed them all. There are so many. With the Timeless and Teal collection. That's what we're going to be using this month. Not on all my projects, but on the ones for Mass Make March, I will probably use this because I've printed way more than I thought. I don't even know what I'm making today as far as mass making. I'm going to go through the video on some of the supplies I took out, and if there's time, I might start on a tag or something along that line. So, let's get to it. So I don't think I printed the entire kit. In the kit, there are backgrounds. There is a PDF with backgrounds. There is a PDF with ephemera, and there is a PDF, just the basic collection. And I was leafing through them, and I think I mixed them up, so I can't tell you what's from what collection, but you could look in the shop and see more. I've also, oh my goodness, I've also pulled out some miscellaneous bits and bobs in teal in case I do start creating. So I picked out a couple of spools of ribbon to use, and I am really not good at matching teal colors. My husband tells me when I see teal blue, he sees teal green, so he tells me I'm wrong, but I picked out what I thought. This one seems to be more greenish, that one seems to be more bluish. These to me look more greenish, but my husband would probably say they look more blue. And then I had some bling with a little bit of green and blue in it. And I think that's all I pulled out right now. But, okay, so let's get... Oh, and I pulled out... I think I'm going to use Tim Holtz peacock feathers if I do any distressing. So I pulled that out. All right, so this is... like I said, I don't remember which PDF this is from. But look at those beautiful colors. Aren't they gorgeous? I love that they look... Oh, I think I put these upside down. I love how they look like they've been painted with those brush strokes, like with probably oil or acrylic is what it looks like. So, and then I'm just going to leaf through pockets, more journaling cards. I don't know what you want to call them. Big rectangles, right? More big rectangles. And again, look at those lovely images. And then there's one more like that. And then here's an envelope envelope. Now I printed some of these. Those were printed full page. And some of these, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Some of these are printed, I printed 2 to a page because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. But since it's mass makes and it's probably more smaller items, I printed these images 2 to a page because I like all the images, but I don't necessarily need a full page of the big images. So I printed these or 2 sheets to a page, so half size, closer to a 5x7 size, 4x8. Nope. Yeah, probably pretty close to a 5x7 size. And they're gorgeous. I did not print on the backs of these because I think a lot of times it works for me, but a lot of times I'm wasting ink. I did not print any of these yet on... I love these library pockets, though. Aren't those nice? I might print some of these on... Boy, these are upside down now, too. I might print some of these on... Going back this way. On sticker paper later, but maybe not. And then we have tags and stamps. Love these. More tags. Some page tabs. Bookmarks, door hanger. Okay, now we're back to some of the double printed ones. I think these ones might be the backgrounds. There's backgrounds, there's the regular pages, and there's ephemera. I think these might be backgrounds, but again, I did not pay that close of attention. So, now these, excuse me. Now we're back some more to some of the ones I printed on. I love those. Those look like I don't know if you can see on camera. These literally look like I could pick them up. They're so dimensional. Some more of these. Then I'm back here. Boy, my printer, I don't think it was me. I think it might have been my printer. I also love these. Aren't those gorgeous? They just, I don't know what it is about this, but it feels like I could just slip my finger under there and pick it up. They're so dimensional. So I'm just going to finish flipping through real quick and not talk too much more because I want to start working on something. So these collections are huge. I think one of them has 40 pages. Altogether with all 3 different collections, different sets in this collection, there are 102 pages. So can you understand why I decided not to print all of them? Although I printed a lot. But they're just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. These would just, you could just make a beautiful front to a card with these without doing anything else if you chose. And then this one goes this way. So now I think I'm to these ones. And I did maybe cut off some of the image. I'm not sure. I was fighting with my printer this morning. My printer this morning just decided that it did not want to communicate with my computer, which is always lovely. So that took me a bit of messing around. All right, so there we go. There's a flip through. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat again. Okay, so I'm not sure what to start with. Maybe I'll start with a little, what can I do right off the bat? What can I do right off the bat? Let's just make these into a couple of journal cards to start and perhaps embellish them more. So I'm going to set these aside. Set these aside, and I'm just going to cut these by hand rather than getting out my trimmer, just because I don't feel like it. And we don't always need the big trimmer. I had a crafting day with friends yesterday. I didn't get to stay the whole day. We have a local group that gets together in our area, and it's a group of us that started in my kitchen years ago, just 3 or 4 of us. And we slowly outgrew my kitchen and my piano room, and we had to start meeting elsewhere. So we meet not every month, but about once a month at a local business. We meet in the back room at, excuse me, the casino my friends own. And we just bring some snacks and just craft on whatever we want. Some people paint, some people crochet. A lot of us paper craft, but not all of us. Sometimes somebody's there diamond painting. And we just get together and hang out and chit chat. And I always tell people, I can craft at home. I do a lot of crafting at home, and I can craft at home. I have my own space. I have a craft room. I wish it were bigger. Not because I need more room to craft, but I need more room to put all my stuff. Because I think my craft room is about as organized as it can get for all the stuff I have in it. And there's some stuff I could give away. But there's not much there's not really anything that I would say could be tossed. Because most of it has value either to me. Okay, so this one I can cut. That was a misprint. So on this one I can cut that one out and this one out. So anyway, we get together, we have fun, we have snacks, we just do a lot of visiting and creating, and it's so much fun. And I do say when I pack up stuff to go somewhere, like to a one-day thing especially, is I could be crafting at home, but I enjoy the friendship and the interactions with other crafters and people that I don't see every day. And then people bring new friends and we make new friends, and it's just wonderful. That is my Facebook group, started with that group of people, Crafting with Friends. I think if you look it up, it's Crafting with Friends in Montana. But the link is down there if you want to look at the group. It's not just, I would say the Montana gals are the most active in the group, but there are other people in the group that are from other states that I've met through pocket letter swaps or other swaps and groups. And it's just a fun place to go and hang out. And we also post ideas, and I try to keep it from being salesy, so I don't allow a lot of salesy posts. Now, if somebody has a product that they use, or even that they sell, and they're doing a demo of the product, like they're making something with that kit or with that tool and that, then I will allow those. But I don't usually allow any one company or one person to do more than one, like, I don't want to say salesy post, but one post just about a product or a special. I don't usually allow more than one per person, because I don't want my group to become, it's about crafting and it's not about sales. So, and plus there's like several different creative members, ladies in the group, and there's several different Stampin' Up! Ladies, and there's several different, you know what I mean. So I try to keep it limited. So let's see how this will work. Yeah, well, truth will be oh, see, I think I like it. I think I really like that. I think that's going to be the perfect shade to use for this. I get tired of my vintage photo on my... I tend to use black soot and vintage photo distress inks all the time. In fact, those reinkers I probably need to buy new reinkers for those, because I've used them so much. And that's one of the reasons I use the little 1-inch dots, or minis, is because it doesn't take much to reink them. They can do any size stamp I want them to do. They're perfect for taking on the go. When I go to a retreat, I probably take all of my reinkers, or all of my pads. I don't take all my reinkers. I just take the ones I think I might need, or the colors I'll be using the most at a retreat. But I also love that I can take all the colors with me in case I happen to need an off yellow or dark green or whatever color. I like having them with me. And I would not do that with the big stamp pads. When I was a close to my heart stamp, or close to my heart consultant, well, that was stamps, but I had their whole collection of ink pads. At the time, I think they were maybe 48 or 60, I can't even remember now. And I carried those big suitcase, you know, those plastic Kreckman style, I think, suitcases where the ink pads would fit in there, and they had little rows for them. They were heavy, and it was a lot to carry all those ink pads. This size makes it a lot easier to carry all of the colors. In fact, I can carry 120 colors of these in a bag less than the size that I kept all my other ink pads in. So, okay, so what should we do? Let's journal card these. So I think I want to maybe, I do want something along the border. So maybe I could, I'm not sure. For now, we'll just do my lines. And again, this is a stencil. Somebody asked me a while back where I got this stencil, and it is Tula 12. So it's a real pretty, easy stencil to work with. I like it. I think I'll just do a black pen rather than a colored one. Oh, wait. Let's wait. Is this teal? Maybe I'll do teal. I think I'll go with that. This is a Cricut pen, which I should not be using for something like this. I'm going to change my light a little bit. I have a glare. I shouldn't be using it for something like this because I am not going to worry about where I'm at. Because not all my markers fit in my Cricut. And I have other markers, but I don't feel like dragging them out. So here we go. And I'm not worried about making these perfect. They're going to be slightly imperfect, in fact. Because I don't want to stress about it. And I think it adds interest when we do it that way. So this would be a lot of journaling. But somebody might want to do a lot of journaling. So, and this is too big for like my library card stamps and some other ones I have. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to end right here on the top. And I probably have little hookies on mine because I wasn't holding this very still as I did it. But I don't have too many hooks. So it's not perfect by any means, but it still, I think, will work. And as I put this away, I noticed that my other color pens are right behind where I put that stencil away. Okay, so that would be just a cute journal card. But let's do some fussy cutting and add some dimension to this one. I don't want to add dimension to it. Now I don't want to add dimension because it's perfect just the way it is. So, what can I do? What can we do? What can we do? It's a journaling card, not a tag. So I could add some, oops, noisy. That's rust. I want some clear Nouveau dots, or Nouveau shimmer. A little clear shimmer. Because I think that this will dry clear, right? This one say clear. White Blizzard. Dream Drops. I think I'll try this. Hopefully when it dries, it'll be clear. I'm just not sure. One of my next videos will be, they're sold out, but last week, or this week, we had Scrapbooking with me and several other shops had the Tonic Studios mystery boxes. And I think, it doesn't really matter what price I give you because they're not available anymore, but I think they were $29.99. And there was one of the long, skinny, square, more rectangular things of drops. I'm just going to mix this up because I'm hoping it's going to dry and look really cool. But we're not going to see that today. You might see it on one of my projects later. But I'm just going to messily put those on. I don't think I want the whole thing. But maybe I do. I don't know. We'll think. I might add more to that later. Anyway, one of the products was the drops. And I will grab that and maybe do a video even the same day I post this one. Okay, so then I have my Wink of Stella, I think is what these are called. I don't really remember. Wink of Stella? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to add just a little shimmer. This just adds a little tiny bit of glimmer. Just a very, very fine shimmer. And I really like the way it just gives a little bit of glistening. And maybe that's what I'll put here in the middle. It's just a little bit of glistening, but not dimensional in the middle here. And then I don't want to put a tag on it because it is a journaling card, not a tag. So I don't want to put ribbon on it, I should say. And then I was looking to see if I had any teal washi out. Now, if you heard me say that and you have been in my craft room, you would know I have so much washi. But I don't have any out and handy. So let's see what I could do without. I could put a couple of these on here somewhere. But I think on this one, rather than the green or the teal, I think I'd like to use the pink ones. Let's try that. Why do I have two scissors out here? I don't know where that pair can go back in there. That pair can go out here. Sorry. I have a lot of these Creative Memories scissors. I have a couple sets of these, but I only have two currently, black and red. These are the only ones I have in black. And I want to find, and I haven't been able to find them online, a pair with a red handle, because these ones go in my to-go bag, my Totally Tiffany go bag that I take to retreats. And I'd like to keep them red, but that may not happen. So, anyway, I got sidetracked again, so I'm just going to pull these off here and see if I want to put them on the border. These are, I think, from Michael's. And they're attached, but I don't always use them attached. So maybe just across the top of there. It's not quite the right pink, but I think I kind of like it. So I'm just going to start one on each corner. Hopefully right about in the line. And I'm just going to do one in the center. About. Not too many. One about in the center there. There. And another one right there. It's too far down, so I'm going to try to carefully pull it up without tearing the paper. Then I got it up too far. No, they're not perfect. I think that adds just a little bit. And I think that's all I'm going to do on here. If I have some... This one doesn't come with words, but maybe I'll grab some of those words out of the last kit. Or maybe I'll stamp something up there. I don't have anything right on hand. Except... Yeah, the only stamp I have out is a teeny tiny little chicken. And I don't exactly want to put this teeny tiny little chicken on here. But, you know, maybe I'll put a little stamped saying there. Or a sticker with a saying. And don't ask me why I have that little chicken stamped up, because I haven't used it for a long time. So I'm going to let that one dry. And set it aside. Now let's see what we can do here. I think, what do I want to do here? This one, I think I will make a little booklet journal card. And I think I'm going to round the corners. Excuse me. I am not liking that my spring allergies started so early and will probably last till June. And then summer allergies will kick in. And when they're over, fall allergies will kick in. Usually in the winter I have a little bit of a relief from them, but not this year because we didn't really have much of a winter. I'm actually going to take something else to put inside of that. Some little piece of something that I can use for journaling. Oh, sorry. You can hear my dogs in the background. I'm sorry, my husband's probably home. So, I'm going to pause this briefly. Okay, so, sorry about, I had a little interruption. I had to walk away. I lost my train of thought too. So, oh well. I'm trying to find one of these backgrounds that I can put in there, that I can put the journaling part on. So, I should have had a plan. Sorry about this. I was going to try to wing it. Obviously, that didn't work very well. So, just trying to find one that I can use. That one might work. Just cut out. I think I'll use some of the blank part of this. And I'm just going to, because I want to put journaling lines on it, so I think I'll start right there. And I will just grab, where's my pencil? Just going to grab this and trim it out a little bit inside of my line. And then I want something more decorative on the inside, so I'm going to grab this, or on the top, because I'll put a journaling spot underneath, so it would be like a, you could tuck it in a pocket and have the journaling hid inside of it. That's my plan. So let's just cut this out without ruining too much. I'm cutting slightly inside of this line, and I am not going to, I'm sorry, my dogs are barking. Have I told you before, my dogs are somewhat loud and obnoxious, and I usually do my videos at night, but some nights I'm just too tired, so I'm going to try to do this one during the day. And I think maybe you won't hear it, because maybe I can get rid of the background noise when I before I post the video, maybe. Anyway, my dogs are really sweethearts, but they do like to bark a lot, so I do apologize. The other day I was doing a work Zoom, and I usually turn off my mic during work Zooms, but I did not. All right, so I had to pause again because my dogs are barking. Anyway, during a work Zoom, I didn't have my mic off like I almost always do, and my dogs were just outside in the hallway. I had the door open, and they started barking quite loudly. And I turned off my mic as soon as I could, and I said, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry my dogs were barking. And the facilitator of the Zoom, or of the webinar, Zoom meeting, said, oh my gosh, that was funny. And I go, it was? Okay. And she goes, no, because when her dogs heard my dogs barking, her dogs started barking, thinking there was a dog in her house or in her room. And so it's not just me that has dogs. Mine are just very vocal, very loving, very wonderful. I don't know what we'd do without them. Our oldest dog is like 11, and she well, she's almost 12, and it's harder for her to get around. I feel really bad. I feel like, okay, so this stencil is part of this, but when I took it out the other day, I moved it wrong and I snapped it. And I could try taping it back on, but anyway, I can usually make it work. But, and right now I just need this little bit of one. So I will try to see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to start right there, and I'm just going to put some journaling lines on this too. And once again, I'm not worried about where they are and them being perfect, but I gotta pick straight up, because I keep getting those little dots at the end, those little swing ups, and I don't want to do that. So I need to remember to pick up. And I'm just gonna stop right there. So not too bad. I did skip there, but maybe that's just the distressed look, right? Okay, so then hopefully I cut it the right size. Perfect. I'm just going to put that in here, and hope I don't have to unclog this, because that's always a pain in the middle of a video. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly glue this, put it in here. So I guess this first, oh my goodness, that's a glue goober. It looks like I had a goober, like a real goober on my hand, or on my nail. But it was just from the glue bottle. Slide that over just a hair, so they're about approximately the same on both sides. Slide that down just a hair. Put it in. Okay. Oh, doesn't quite line up right, so I will trim it again some more when I'm done, after I put this one in. And then put that one on top. And this will be a line. See, this one would work better if I had printed on the back with one of these neutral ones, but like I said, I've been wasting a lot of ink doing that. And I shop around on my ink prices, because one time Walmart will be the good place to get it, and the next time Amazon will be better, and then the next time Office Max or Office Depot would be better. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. I don't understand why why sometimes they're the same and sometimes they're off by $2 or $3. But I used to subscribe through Office Max or Office Depot, and it locked the price in. This was like 5 or 6 years ago. It would lock the price of your ink in, so it wouldn't go up when the prices went up. You were locked into the price that you bought it at the first time, which was great, except that when COVID happened, suddenly that deal went out of the way, went to the wayside. They no longer were honoring that membership. So then I just quit doing the subscription. I would like the echo tanks, but it's just one more thing I'd have to learn how to work with. Okay, so that's just really simple and really pretty. So there's one. So we got this journaling card here that I almost smeared. And this one here. And it looks like I might have time for one or two more. So let's look at something else. Find something else. I can make one of those sides into a journaling card. So we'll try that. Okay, so I think I'm going to make this whole thing like a journaling spot more than a card. I think that's what I'll do. So I paused it just a minute. You probably saw that because I gave up fighting and brought my dogs inside the house or inside my room, thinking that inside the room they wouldn't bark out the window so much. But then the big dog went out and the little dog stayed in, the smaller dog, which means that if the big dog sees something outside and starts barking, the little dog will start barking in here too. So it was a good plan until the big dog just snuck out because I didn't close the door. And at some point today, my husband will come home, and then they'll both go ape, because it's the most exciting thing in the world when my husband comes home, even if he's only been gone 20 minutes. So, very exciting. I will probably off camera figure out some more journaling cards I can make. I probably even have a journaling card stamp I could make. I'm putting this one slightly differently because I want it to match that one more. Let's do this. I'm just going to cut straight up right along here. So it's going to be smaller. And make it a little more narrow. Or a little shorter. So let's see what we can do with this one. Actually, I like that one better than that one. So I think I'm going to leave that one as it is. I don't think I will round the corners. I think I'll leave them open. I wonder where my other little punch is. This is the 1-2 punch by Spellbinders, and it's in the shop, Scrapbooking with Me shop. I don't know if it doesn't work on that. I'm not going far enough in. Probably not stick. That's not the notch. This is the corner. Okay, I notched that instead of cornering it. Anyway, it's in the shop. It's a great deal. I didn't have one before, but this, compared to this, is so much easier on my hands. But I just forgot to bring this one out. And then this side does the cute little notch thing that I haven't used a lot, but I can see where it would be handy. I just don't know where it notches for like the envelopes when you're folding something. But it's interesting. Anyway, I haven't used it. I'm not that kind of notcher, I guess. But I have it when I decide I want it. So, okay, so I like that. Now I'll finish inking. And this one, and this one's meant to mount to the page. This one's more of a pull out. Or you can mount it and then pull it out. Okay, I totally did this the wrong direction. Look at it. They should be going this way. So, I guess I would. Oh no, totally blew it. Because that's going to be upside down. Oh, epic fail, epic fail. I will try again. I like that one too. I just wasn't paying attention to how the paper was on the outside. That one I did not get completely rounded. Because I didn't have it in there. Why doesn't it want to go in all the way? There we go. So, if I had an hour, I would sit here for an hour. But, so I'm going to put lines on this. I'm going to figure out something I want to do with probably this piece. and a couple more. I like this one too. So I'm going to work on these off camera. I'll show them to you at the end or in another video when I do a bunch of them. But it took a bit of time to go through the flip through. So I don't quite have enough time to do more of these on camera. So these are, I'm going to mass make journaling cards first. I don't know what my other mass make projects are going to be yet. I haven't decided. So stay tuned. Search Scrapbooking with me. If you search hashtag Scrapbooking with me, Mass Make March, slowly but surely all of the videos from the design team will come up. There is a list of design team members in the description of this video, along with my links. And Scrapbooking with me will also, there'll be a playlist that'll come up where all of the videos from the design team for Mass Make March will be in that playlist, which makes it super handy to watch them all. And remember, you can use Kathi20 for 20% off. Most of the things in the Scrapbooking with me store, not everything. Sometimes there's like the different special grab bag boxes and that kind of stuff usually aren't included. But search Kathi20 and I'll put Kathi20 in the coupon or discount code box when you order. And also, whenever you stop by Scrapbooking with me, if you're shopping and you do purchase something, put Kathi20 or put Kathi Lee sent me. It sure helps me. First of all, I love it when she says somebody ordered, not so much for any monetary purposes, but just it makes me happy that I did bring some business to their website. So thanks for visiting. I'll be back with more Mass Make March. I may even be back tonight with a follow-up video showing what I've done with this. So have a great day and a happy, happy March. Thanks for visiting my channel. Come back again soon.